My voice sounds like
5, everybody hush.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, we are
Okay.
Journals Out
Are
Loud.
you running through a jungle? Oh.
I am Louise Planker here with a panel of wise and wonderful teens. Yes, I will learn how to hit that post. We're here with Will, Lyric, Kenneth, Josh. Give yourselves a big round of applause because we're here to do wonderful things and to create some great harmony out in this world of ours. We're talking about all things teen and any issues that affect people growing up or people of any age, because aren't we all just still kind of trying to find our way here in this world?
Yes.
In this splattered paint backdrop of life that we all face on our horizon
Every
each and
day.
every day. See, I'm a poet, Will.
All right,
Yeah.
right.
All
So
right.
does anyone
Did you
have
hear that, Will?
All right.
Okay.
Lyric? No. It's
Yeah.
all right.
Does
All
anyone
right,
have
all
anything
right.
to report? Any news, any flashes, any updates?
I get off school next week.
Nice.
I don't think I could have lived without that. I just. But
You all need to
and
hear
we're
a
off
daily
to a
update.
sarcastic start. Yay. So Anonymous writes, I'm a 14-year-old guy and I haven't had a Valentine ever, and I really want one this year. I'm not the popular kid, so no one likes me. I really want to have a kiss on the 14th. How do I find a girl that I can go out with? Is there like a vision in your mind of like a horse in front of a cart? Because that's what I'm getting here. Is the goal just to be able to say you kissed a girl on the 14th? Is that really, Kenneth?
I mean, in 4th grade, my uncle bought me a bunch of plastic rings that change color in the light to give to girls for Valentine's Day.
Sweet.
And
What a
I would
man.
have to say, you don't need this. You don't need the whole Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
thing.
How was that sweet game working for you?
On the handball
Yeah.
courts, just a little bit of a.
Oh yeah. Go
But
see Kenneth.
I'm just telling. Hey,
Oh.
meet me by the handball courts. I have a gift for you. It's just, it's my plastic changing color ring. What? That's not weird. That is.
Yeah, that is weird.
How is that?
Bring,
Okay.
bring phone call from a girl who still has her ring from Kenneth. Yay.
But it's honestly, you don't need to add this pressure in your life. Right now, you like it, but you do not know the people out there.
Allison, you
that-
are leaning against the dimmer switch.
Also, we're going to let you go.
Yeah. Sorry, Allison.
It's actually
Sorry,
funny.
Allison.
Sorry.
We're gonna have to change your name to Eileen.
Allison, come back.
Allison, come back. We love you.
She
All
literally
right,
was
go
like,
ahead.
I'm done.
All right, go ahead, Kenneth.
No, that was. She
Oh,
comes back with the
okay.
chair.
Oh, she's back with love.
But-
Yay.
Just
Behind the scenes.
Don't add this.
footage.
Yeah, but just don't add this stress in your life. You don't
Okay.
need it. And then now to you, Josh.
Joshua.
So just going to the question, how do I find a girl I can go out with? I mean, I'm assuming you go to school, so
Oh, really?
just
What?
like look up, and there's probably half of the people in front of you are girls. So just talk to one.
Right, but does
Like,
he absolutely
you don't
need
have to kiss?
have
No,
a girl to
you don't
kiss
have
on the
to.
14th?
Should we be giving him like advice?
He doesn't
on this?
have to.
We should be-
However, his question is, how does he find a girl?
That was
So.
his final
You need to buy rings that change colors.
his final question mark. But in
Duh.
this particular case, I'm going to go beyond the final question mark and say, are his goals going to make him happy if
No.
he attains them?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? Just kissing a
You
girl?
Momentarily.
Will
okay.
Mears.
You got to set your priorities straight, okay? I wouldn't go straight for the Valentine's because you could set yourself up for disappointment. I'm 18 years old. Look at me. I've never had a Valentine's date.
How many, wait, tick, tick, tick. How much time do we have?
I'm almost 19.
Give us a call
actually.
at 888-531-7171
So I'm
if you
running
would
out of
like to
time.
be Will Mears' Valentine.
Yeah,
we
hit me
have
up.
5
I want to be your
days.
Valentine.
But right here, right here.
Making it happen right here.
But no, you oughta instead of setting that as your goal, make your goal to talk to as many girls as possible. And then the side effect may be that you have a Valentine's date instead of setting yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
Set yourself up for happiness.
I really like that you
Wow.
said the side effect.
Oh, wow.
Because I really do think that like that's just a bonus. Being able to kiss a girl on Valentine's Day is not the primary goal. It's a secondary goal. Lyric, what do you think?
Well, I just think, like, first of all, you can't just, like, find a girl. Like, it's not like there's, like, a forest of, like just random, like, trees that you can just go cut down a tree. You know what I mean?
What is
What?
Cut girls'
cut down a
trees?
girl
You know what? But there should be. There should be.
one day.
No, because I'm just
And
saying,
someone
like,
would make a lot of money if they could grow one.
grow a girl?
and then cut one down.
BradyGlasser.com.
Just right next to
Oh.
right next to the
Oh,
Christmas tree farm.
Throwing
if
it
there
back
was,
to
like,
2015.
go cut down your own girl. And for
What?
Christmas.
There's like girls listening to this like
Christmas-
terrified. Like,
Christmas girls for sale.
All right, stop me.
No, I'm
We
I'm
need to
actually
stop
saying,
this
No, but like
No,
what you're
I'm-
saying is it's not a role that you cast.
I
Where
know, like,
people
yeah.
try out and you pick the person. Oh, this
Exactly.
is the person I cast to kiss on the 14th.
Like,
It's
okay, if you're gonna kiss someone on Valentine's Day, it's gonna happen, but not because you're like forcing it and like you really desperately like wanna find a girl. Like you're gonna find a girl.
he may not find a girl this year.
You're only 14.
saying
Yeah,
his
yeah. I mean,
only
like you're only 14. It's not like, oh, I'm 88. Oh, I've never. Had a
Even if you're
Valentine.
88,
You've
it's
moved
not
on.
it's not
1738.
it's not the
What?
it's not
let her finish.
Valentine's Day is really about the chocolate. Okay?
That's true.
So
Chocolate
let's
hearts.
put that first. And your thoughts, Kenneth.
Okay, first of all, you do not want to be that 14-year-old kid that is just like, will you kiss me? Will you kiss me? Hey, want to kiss me? Like, you want to, like, if you're going to find a Valentine, that's one step. Like, but it's not all about you. Don't be like, I'm going to have a Valentine. Oh, you're my Valentine? Oh, by the way, I need to kiss you. But, like, make it about both of you. Like, this
Both?
is just...
Both.
Both.
Both of
seven-
you.
Both of
You
yours.
need to get both of you to be together.
Come on, let's not get hung up on
This is a good show tonight.
tongue twists.
I'm
Let's-
just saying that it's a huge step to first of all get a Valentine,
Mhm.
and then to like make if you're only if a kiss is the only thing in your sights, then that is mal. That is bad. You should care more like about the experience in general, and then maybe when you're 15, aim for the kiss.
And Lyric, your thoughts?
Well, I think, I don't think you should be thinking like, oh, I'm just going to kiss someone. That's the only reason. It should be because you like someone and you want to have a
There we
Valentine's Day
go.
with them. Like, it doesn't, like, that's like the icing on top of the cake. You're welcome. Analogies by lyric.com.
Yay, I love them. And I'm going to go to that website and make it my homepage.
My home.
My home, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so
that's not.
I kind of
Yeah.
want to go back to where he says, I really want one this year. I'm not the popular kid, so no one likes me. Like, there is space in between being
Yeah.
the popular kid and having no one like. Does he mean no girl likes me? Because I hope
I think
you,
he's being a little
you
hard
have-
on himself.
maybe he's
Yeah,
just being.
thank
"Aw."
you.
Right. And it's
I think
the way that you see yourself as being a successful human in the world is not going to be gauged by whether or not you had a Valentine. And because if it were, then everything would be upside down. Because really, the things that matter and the things that make you a successful human are not like measured by this.
Yeah.
I know that you think that would mean, oh, then I could like myself if someone else likes me. But first, like yourself. Like yourself first. Go out in the world, do good things, smile at people, be a great person, be reassuring, be a comforting friend, and all of that first. And then someone will like you, and then someone will want to kiss you. But let's put things in the proper order.
Yeah.
Oh,
sir.
yeah, I was just saying that there's middle ground. It doesn't have to be one or the other, just because a girl doesn't want to kiss you or you didn't find a Valentine's Day at 14, that doesn't mean no one likes you. You need to build yourself up, not build yourself up, show yourself that you're, give yourself some credit for even trying,
And can I just say, if we could take all of the people who had a successful, meaningful, moving Valentine's kiss at the age of 14 and put them in a gymnasium together, there'd be like 2 people.
and some store managers.
and they'd all
not
have
a thing.
my changing color
Peaked in middle school.
Yeah, they'd all be like,
They'd all have the changing color ring by Kenneth.
You don't need to peak in middle school.
Lyric.
so I think also, like, wouldn't it be awesome if, like, okay, you started dating someone now, and then you kissed on Valentine's Day, and you've been together for a year? Like, wouldn't that be so nice? That would be much more fulfilling and nicer than...
He can't
If
do
you
that
would-
unless time travel is a thing. Because
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying that, like, be with someone for a while, and then,
Right.
like, have your kiss on Valentine's Day, because it's going to be 10 times more meaningful, and it's not going to be like, oh, I just kissed someone on Valentine's Day. It's going to be like, oh, I kissed my girlfriend or boyfriend on
someone
Valentine's
that
Day.
I care about who cares about me.
Yeah.
Because a kiss is not something you take, it's something you share.
That's that's
Right?
really nice.
Yeah.
Kenneth, put that on a pillow.
You
That is
think
a
I
close
don't
so
already
easy.
have a pillow with that on
Poetry.
it?
Something that
Poetry.
you take.
That's
Two-
right. You already have that pillow.
course.
Sorry.
But
Kenneth has every
Two things
pillow.
I feel
Duh.
Kenneth does everypillow.com. Go.
I feel like a really important part is that like everyone has had that no one likes me phase. No one has ever lived through life being like everybody likes
having
me
mine
like
right
all
now.
the time.
Everyone
And
likes
the people
that.
that the people that have are usually the ones that peak in middle school or high school.
That's
Yeah.
right, Will
McDonald's
Mears.
manager.
And the things that they
Yeah.
know it too. Like later after they're like I peaked at this and now I'm not. So if you're going through this, like just know that you're not alone. And number 2, you're not be like
Yeah.
you're only 14, but like
Yeah.
you have such a long life ahead of you
But-
to have all of the Valentine's Day kisses you would like. So yes,
Lyric.
The
lyric.
thing is, I can imagine how it would be hard because you're probably seeing all of your friends like with their like significant other, and you're like, oh yeah, and then you're seeing like all the cute like ship things on Instagram, and you're like, oh, I really want that, and like that's perfectly understandable, and no one's saying, oh, you shouldn't feel that way, but I think that it'll be much more fulfilling for you if you find a special someone, and then it's not just, oh, I want to kiss this random person on the street, because like you can just pull a random person on the street and kiss them, but
You
like
can't.
Uh,
You
I
may get
mean-
arrested.
don't do that. But like I'm just
Lyrics like,
saying.
I've tried and it is
Yeah, I've
been
tried,
successful
not
10 out of
successful.
10
Mood ring?
times.
Mood ring? Mood ring? Okay. So, Smartina writes, I went out with this guy, but we only dated for 3 weeks because my parents found out. A year passed by, and we started talking again. His girlfriend hates me, and he doesn't tell her that he's friends with me. Every time we have a conversation, he brings up when we used to date and how he remembers every single detail of it, such as how our hugs felt, how he felt at every moment, and the way he held my hand. Then he complains about how his girlfriend isn't the same anymore. This guy sounds like a married dude, right? Who goes into a
50?
bar and complains to the bartender about how his wife doesn't understand him.
Does
We
he wanna
don't
hug
know.
the bartender
We don't
too,
know
though?
that it's not a 50-year-old.
We don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't
honestly.
rule that
You
out.
love those hugs with the bartender,
He
obviously.
Recently, he invited me to a concert, and he asked me if I was willing to get affectionate, hold hands, hug, nothing sexual.
Oh.
And I reminded him that he's in a relationship, and he says, "Yeah, I know, but right now anything can happen."
Oh my god.
What is this supposed to mean?
Um,
And that's a great question because we have your answer, Will Mears.
this is such a straight shot answer. Obviously, I mean, unless he's just in a messed up phase, he obviously likes you. But what you got to tell him is, look, it's either you got to do something about your relationship. I'm not gonna be the one you cheat on because don't put this burden
With.
on me. Yeah, cheat with, right?
Cheat on with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you go. There you go. But yeah, so you gotta say, look, you need to sit down with your girlfriend and decide what's best for you, what's best for her, and then what's best for me.
Right, you end one thing before you begin something
Yeah,
else. You
that's
don't
not
do
fair
this
to-
whole kind of
to
like,
Smartina.
let
Yeah,
me
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
hedge
That
all
is-
my bets and just
You
see.
end your like sentences like perfectly
Oh, I
every
appreciate that,
time.
man.
That's
Like,
because he,
Yeah.
he,
Wow.
you don't know this, but Will Mears is he's been on this show for like 2 years already.
Moved up to varsity. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's learned his soundbite
I
management.
appreciate that, though. Thank you, man.
Who else want to talk lyric?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm always ready to talk. So I'm gonna drop my paper again. No, please.
No, that's what your bottle of water is for.
I know.
It's a paperweight.
It's not. There we
Yay.
go. So what was I gonna say?
Hmm.
Come back to me.
Happens to me all the time.
Kenneth.
Actually, Josh, do you have something?
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay.
Same.
Oh, wise
Josh.
one. Speak to us.
In this situation, I think that even if he were to end things with his girlfriend, it's not someone that you should, not someone that is really right for you anyway.
He's not showing great
Like,
qualities right now.
No, he's not. If he's acting this way in a relationship with her, what's to say he's not going to do this to you?
That's what I
Wait,
think.
no. Yeah.
Lyric.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, cause, I mean, it's just kind of weird that like, okay, also to get affectionate, how do you know that it's nothing sexual? Like, you don't really. I don't know how old these people are. Maybe they're 12. So
I mean, they're going to a concert.
And the
like,
But
word
it's like-
affectionate.
I mean, it's not like the Teletubbies concert. Like, it sounds
Yeah.
like a legit
yeah, exactly.
concert.
Oh yeah, it's a Teletubbies
What-
concert.
Why are they going then?
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
exactly, and
Yeah.
also like get affectionate. That is not something
And
you
why
say
is
to
he
someone
going
when
with
you're
his
just friends
girlfriend?
in a relationship.
Or
Kenneth.
saying, anything can happen.
What Kenneth said, like, why is he not going with his girlfriend? Like, at the end of the day, maybe he could go with another girl. However, he needs to tell his girlfriend
And not
not
say
keep it
get
a secret.
affectionate.
Concert with another girl when you're in a relationship. You just
You
don't.
can have friends that are
no
opposite gender.
concert.
Maybe if you're with
It's a
multiple.
Concert is like beyond
No, okay.
movie.
What if you like
all right, you know what?
Screamo?
That's fine. That's fine. But if you say get affectionate,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's way
That's
too far.
so
That's like
weird.
so.
Yeah.
And who even says that? Like, even if you're dating someone, you're not like, Let's get affectionate.
And obviously that implies something.
It's like,
sexual.
Yeah, like that's.
Maybe
I was
he
wondering
just-
if you wanted to
that's
hold
something
hands
sexual, not,
and
like-
hug.
Maybe he didn't actually say it. He just sent her like a "Let's get affectionate" emoji.
Let's get affectionate.
I mean,
2K16.
Let's get
affectionate.
affectionate. Disclaimer.
And she put it into an international dictionary and it defined the emoji as "Let's get affectionate."
Exactly.
Kenneth.
Okay. It feels like this person is not good
Nope.
for you, and I feel like you'd be doing him a huge favor. Like, he may not think at the moment right now that like you're doing this for his own good, but you should honestly stop talking to this person because he's trying to find an excuse to
Yeah.
cheat on his girlfriend.
yes.
He's like leading you on at the same time by talking about
Right.
how like you guys used to like hug and how you guys used to
Yeah.
hold hands,
I'm telling you, that is how a cheating married man acts.
and he doesn't even mention
It
you.
is.
Like, you're
I'm-
invisible as
yeah,
well to other people.
I'm not condoning that he's going to with her, and I'm saying that it is okay for someone to go to a concert with someone
yes,
who
but
isn't
not
their
to get
girlfriend.
affectionate.
My girlfriend lives 15 states away. Like, am I not supposed to go out at night?
You are
like,
not.
Like, and I think at the end of the day, like if I like screamo, but my girlfriend doesn't, but I have another girlfriend that likes
all right,
screamo.
all right, all right,
like,
all right. I get
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
but
get it. I get it. But you have to say to the person, "Hey, I'm going to a concert
yeah,
with."
let them know.
Yeah.
Don't keep
but
your
yeah,
secret.
I just like I'm still keep coming back to like who says like let's get affectionate. I just think that that's too strange, and like I think you really need to like just slowly back away.
I think you need to call the police. Like, this is
I
an
think
issue.
you need to call the police. Like this is a serious thing. No, like we're totally kidding.
There's like
But,
an
like-
affectionate alarm that you press. Like,
Wait,
someone's getting
affectionate.
Yeah,
So I hope we answered your question.
I
Thank
hope so
you.
too.
That was
Anonymous
kinda
writes.
sketchy.
Smart Nina.
Anonymous writes.
Smart Nina.
Can anyone give me some
Oh,
tips on how to get motivated?
Ooh, this is a good question.
Yeah, motivation is a good topic. Will Mears.
All right. With this one, you need to set if you can, set a clear goal for yourself, and then every day track your progress. Say, I'm gonna accomplish this today. Write it down,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you accomplish it, pat yourself on the back and move forward. If you don't, say it's all right. I'll do it tomorrow. So again, I think it's all about setting realistic and straightforward goals for yourself if
Lyric?
possible.
I
Mhm.
completely agree, except for you want to try to stay away from that thing of saying, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it
True,
tomorrow.
true,
because
true.
that
Yeah,
is what
that's fair.
makes
You just
people,
don't want to get
yeah.
too hard
So
on
like,
yourself.
okay, yeah, exactly. But like set like goals and give yourself a reward too. So like for
Yeah.
me, like if I get my homework done, I'm like, yeah, I get to have like get my nails done.
Mhm.
Or like I get to have that cookie or like whatever.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. But yeah, just like setting like little like rewards for yourself. I mean, if you have a parent, like they might reward you with something, but if you're on your own, like you have to give yourself your rewards, and that keeps you motivated because then if you treat yourself to that cookie after like you haven't done it, you're going to feel so guilty. And then you're going to be like, I don't deserve this cookie.
And you know what feels better than eating the cookie? You know what actually
Deep.
feels better than eating the cookie?
Earning.
Getting the work
knowing
done.
that yes,
Yes.
that feeling of accomplishment that
And-
you completed
But
something.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard because,
Yeah.
like, for me, like, I'll get, like, distracted doing other things on my computer when I'm, like, supposed to be doing my document or whatever, working on my paper. And then, like, it ends up being 10 o'clock and you're like, I've gotten a paragraph done and I've been distracted. Like, how am I on Living Social or whatever?
right,
Like,
but time management.
how did I end up on this website? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a website.
there's
Living
a-
Social is a website.
There's a lot that could distract us, and we live in a time where
Yeah.
it's not just like there's a square dance at the barn. Like there's way more to do than there ever has been, right?
Mhm.
That still happens.
Yeah,
I go to the
know
barn
it, but
every single Friday. I don't know
But
what
it's
you're
a
talking
No way.
actual square dance at Living Social. It's not an actual. Kenneth, your advice?
Oh,
Living
well,
Social.
one thing.
It was the
I've-
first thing that came to my mind, okay?
Oh, we didn't know you lived there.
Yeah, I know. I love social. Okay.
But two things. One, I don't know if this is for homework or if this is for like working out, but like if you've never had a cold brew coffee, that stuff is amazing.
Oh yes.
That stuff like
Yes.
keeps you on task for hours on end.
And it's delicious.
And
I've
yeah,
never had a cup of coffee.
it's cold. No,
No
we gotta
way.
get the cold
Josh,
brew.
I've never had
that's a
any
lie.
coffee.
But-
What
That's
is
not-
cold brew coffee?
It's like
Not
roasted
a
for
lie.
24 hours.
Where
like,
do you find this item?
24/7.
You can
At
smell that fresh
like
bean
Starbucks
taste.
Oh, it's
or-
Starbucks.
every
Yeah.
place,
So
every
that's
coffee place.
one thing.
Mhm.
And then the second thing is like have a treat yourself day. Like if you're gonna
That's-
work
yeah,
really
yeah.
hard all week, then be like, I'm going to have the best time ever on Saturday. Or if you're like older and you have to like actually like,
Why'd you look at me?
I'm sorry, I'm not just gonna be
If
like,
you're old,
like, I-
Josh.
if you're a grandpa, then you have to like maybe have like work really hard for most of the weeks of the month, and then have like
wait.
But I want to hear from Josh because
most
Josh,
of the
you
years.
are really
Most of the years of the year.
Josh is the guy who, like, you guys are great, but he's the guy, like, the first guy to answer any email. Like, he's the most on top of it guy. So, like, what are your secrets?
Oh. Kind of like I have two different things that I know. Like for me, I really take my word very seriously. So what I'm saying to like if I'm said to you, I'll respond to you, or I'm like, this is a job to me, so I will respond to you like as quick as possible. And other things, like for me, when I need to get motivated, I'm like, I tell myself I am motivated, like, and then it's like it kind of binds me in a way, like I have to fulfill that for myself. And then another way that I also kind of get motivated is I just put on some really like peppy music. I don't like probably Taylor Swift or like maybe even like Madonna, like let's get physical.
Sure.
Like and just
And
sit
Josh
there
is like, or I put on
and
my
I'm just like
music.
laying in the
and
bed.
I think
and,
that's
like,
listen to
Olivia Newton-John, but
myself.
whatever.
I don't even know.
I listen to
I don't even
Mozart.
know.
Yeah. Josh
Whatever
is like, I
works.
listen to myself.
Blonde lady on iTunes,
Blonde
yes.
lady on iTunes.
Blondie.
And
man.
basically that's just I take everything that I do very seriously, and I know that like how I represent myself day to day to other people and how people receive me is a reflection of me.
It's your word and your deed are your bond, and that's just what you do.
Wow.
And what I would like to suggest is that, you do look at the day and go, what's reasonable that I would get done? Leaving time for play and time for social and time for whatever. What is reasonable that I would get done today, and get it done. That means not if, not maybe, or, oh, I'll finish it tomorrow. That means really, because if you know that you have to get it done before your head hits a pillow, you will start to budget your time differently. Like there'll be a little bit less game time, a little bit less social time, and you'll be like, I need to spend another hour on this so that I can have some game time before I go to bed or read a book or whatever, because I've got it in my mind that I'm not hitting a pillow until this is done. And you start to figure out how to manage your day. Josh.
Just kind of adding on another thing that I do is also, even if it sounds small, like call this person, I put it in my calendar, and it like I schedule a time, like, okay, there's 15 minutes of my day that is to call this person, and I'm not allowed to do anything else.
Right.
So if I don't call that person, I didn't keep my word, and I didn't keep my word to myself.
Yeah.
But I also didn't do anything else during that time.
It's like I saw this lady on Oprah, and I think most sentences should begin with that. I saw this lady on Oprah, and she just said, we don't negotiate whether or not we brush our teeth. We simply brush our teeth every day. So why are we negotiating whether or not we're going to figure out how to get a thing done? Just decide it's a thing you're getting done. It's one of the things you do today.
Yeah.
Will Mears and then Lyric.
Okay, just real quick. And if you don't happen to accomplish it that day, don't pat yourself on the back, but just tell yourself, okay, I have to do that tomorrow. Don't get on yourself too much, but just make it an absolute goal that you're going to complete that tomorrow if you didn't happen to get it done when it was supposed to get done.
There needs to have been like a typhoon if you didn't get it done. Because you just need to get it done.
Because, like, the worst thing you can do almost is to say, oh, I'm such a failure, because that won't motivate you to do it the next day.
Right.
And, like, I
Exactly.
mean, if you're working out, like, it's going to be hard the first few days. That's why I don't work out.
Well, I think
But, like, no, wait, I have
You
something
should
else
write
to say.
self-help books.
No, and
It's a
also,
valid-
like, I don't suggest setting, like, too big of goals, because the chances are you're not going to be able to, I mean, like,
Bite
realistically.
size,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's why, like, okay, let's just say we're talking about, like, applications for college. So I don't know much about that because I'm not going to college.
Wait.
But, like, no, like, I know some.
Next
And
year's
so,
fun.
like, yeah, exactly. Thanks.
I saw that roast, that self-roast.
Okay, but, like, okay, maybe you'll say, I'm going to, like, write this outline for this essay or whatever, instead of saying I'm going to write the whole essay to colleges or whatever. Because that's really hard to accomplish. And chances are you're going to fail with that. No offense.
You absolutely say, yes, let's tackle that outline.
Yeah.
And then it's amazing once that outline is in place how much easier it is to go ahead and write that essay.
Yeah, I'm writing an English paper right now. That's why I'm, like, thinking about
Yep,
outlines.
start, like, make it manageable pieces. Exactly. Start with an outline.
Josh.
Josh.
I definitely agree with Will, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I definitely agree with him about saying, like, if you don't reach your goal or reach what you've said you're going to do, that you can always say, I'm going to do it tomorrow. However, I do think if you're going to do that and take that stance, that you need to also put something else in place. So you're like, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and I'm going to do it by 5. So it like adds an extra layer to it that of more commitment. And then if you break that, then it'd be like, I'm going to do it by 5. And if I don't, then I can't do this. Like it continues on. So add another layer so it gets more important to you.
So
And by the end of the 5th day, if you're still not doing it, well, maybe, I don't know, don't do it. So,
Yeah, then it's not that important to you if you're not getting it done by that time because, yeah.
All right, we're going to move on. Anonymous writes, my girlfriend gets upset at me because she doesn't want me to drink. I rarely drink even once a month. Her dad was an alcoholic, and I think she is scared. I will do the same things he did to her family. There was no period there. Just in my imagination there was. I think she's scared I will do the same things he did to her family. I know I would never drink that much, but she doesn't trust me to drink even when I'm just with my friends. When I tell her I won't do anything to hurt her, she tells me I don't care about her feelings, and if I did, I would stop. What do I do? It feels kind of like a deal
one.
breaker type of
Yeah.
scenario.
Personality
They have different philosophies about something that's a big part of life,
yeah.
the presence of alcohol in it. Lyric.
I mean, when someone has that strong of a past, you can just, you kind of have to do what they say if you care about them. And I completely see what she's saying. Because no matter how much you know yourself, she doesn't know you that well. And also, she's had that past. And it is just so, I mean, I could totally imagine how hard it would be to, like, even though you know this person, to be, like, trusting that they're not going to because you had such a bad experience in your past. So if you do care about her, I mean, you're going to... wow, why am I blanking? You're gonna respect that. I mean, completely.
So he has to agree to never drink, and that is he willing to sign up for that?
I would just say, like, to be, yeah, I mean, like, it's okay. I don't drink. Thank God.
You're 15.
I'm, like, just saying weird things.
That isn't water, guys. It's
Just
just
it's vodka. No, like, I mean, for me, like, it's not that hard. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, like, I'm missing my drinks and stuff. But I mean, I think if you care about someone, you will care about them enough not to drink.
No,
and it doesn't sound like he's addicted, so it's like he
Right.
cannot. I mean, it's
It really just depends on him, but she is requesting of him a lifestyle choice that is a deal breaker for her. Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to disagree with Lyric just a little bit. I think that while that is her past, and you can take it into consideration, what you're dealing with in this moment is her asking you not to drink. Now, that is her past, and if she's bringing it into there, that's something she needs to work out on her own because the past is the past, and what she's dealing with is right in front of her. And you're not that person, and you're not those people, whoever did that, and at the end of the day, like, if she's not okay with you drinking and you want to drink, then it probably is a deal breaker. So,
Yeah, it's a big question. Will.
I think this is a really tricky one here. I mean, for one, alcohol does affect people completely differently. You know, not everyone is prone to alcoholism. However, I do see, this is extremely important to her because that's mainly how she views alcohol. That's how it's affected her life, with her dad being an alcoholic. So it is kind of, I guess at this point, just with what she's requesting, it is, what does he value more? Being able to have a good time and drink with his friends, or his relationship, because this means so much to her. Even if it's a bit of an unreasonable request, it ultimately comes up to what he values.
I have to disagree again. I mean, you don't change yourself to be in a relationship. If you want to drink and someone's asking you not to drink, you have to make a choice freely not to drink. If you're saying, I'm not going to drink because my girlfriend doesn't want you, you're going to end up resenting her in the long run. And the fact is, at the end of the relationship, that's going to be the reason why you break up.
True.
Well, I mean, that's a great point, but I mean, if she has facts to back her story up, and you're right, like,
Facts from the past.
no, but that's important. If it's your family, like, let's say your dad would
It is
overdose on drugs
important.
and passed away, you would not want your significant other doing drugs. Like, I mean, I completely understand your point of view. I just think that if you have a history like that, you have the right to make certain
Choices for your life.
honestly,
For
I mean,
your
like,
life,
but
not
hon-
his.
That's true, but I mean, if that's the case, then they shouldn't be together. If drinking matters that much to him, then that shouldn't be. They shouldn't be
Yeah.
together.
She shouldn't be requesting him to stop
I
drinking,
agree with
though.
that, but the thing is, though, I agree with that. So I'm not saying the request is right, but that is the request. So again,
Yeah.
That's got to be his
I
choice.
mean-
I don't agree with the request at all.
And
but
it comes from her too as well. Like if she's going to be in a
Absolutely.
relationship with him, she has to make a choice that he's a drinker. He likes alcohol, and that's going to be involved no matter what.
Yeah, and so I mean, it doesn't sound like this girl wants to be with a guy. Girl, okay. Girl wants to be with someone who's gonna be drinking. I mean, like it's just not. It doesn't sound like it's gonna be a working relationship. And if you're not, and I'm not saying that you need to try to like become someone that you're not because of her, because even though that is part of a relationship that you're going to have to conform in certain ways to work with the other person, if it's that big of a thing for you to have to not drink to help her feel better about what's happened in her past, then okay, I mean, like I think you just have to pick like what's really important for you here. If it's alcohol, then don't be in a relationship with her. If it's her, then I would say stop drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's one or the other.
Kenneth?
Okay, so first of all, I feel like we're like when you ask a question like this and you're asking in the point of view where you think you're right, it kind of sounds like you're being attacked. So first of all, I want to say this person's really brave for putting up this question.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, I don't mean to be harsh, but if this is a question for you, then you guys probably shouldn't be
Yeah.
together. If this girl told you her past, told you what she's gone through, and after that you're still like, but wait, I want to drink, then it shows that you're not at that point where you're like, I care about this person to the point where I will stop drinking because of their past.
And let me also just kind of say, as we move forward with this relationship, all he's asking for right now is to drink with his friends. But let's say they move forward together and they're at a social event and he would like a glass of wine, or it's going to continue to be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not.
So let me have
Wait,
Lyric make the
okay,
final point. Yeah.
Can I just say, you can tell her all day long that you're not going to be the same person as her dad, but because of that hard of a past, she might still not believe you, because there's no one can say something so much that will completely convince her. Like you can't. It's just not the way it works. So at the end of the day, if you're willing to commit that much to be like, yeah, I won't drink, and then maybe later in your relationship, once she trusts you and sees that you're not drinking, she'll be like, okay, it's later in life. You want to get a wine? Get a wine? Okay. You want to get wine?
Go to the wine machine and
wine.
just get
Yeah,
some
exactly.
wine.
Wind it up.
Yeah, it's good. Then like, okay, she'll trust you. But if you care about her and you want to build up the trust, don't drink.
Well, you may want to, if you two are really in love and this is the only sticking point, you may want to go see a therapist and have the therapist maybe help explain that not everyone who drinks is an alcoholic, and there are a lot of people who drink responsibly. And maybe if you heard it from a third person that it doesn't necessarily mean that you're an alcoholic just because you're having some alcohol.
But it kind of sounds like they're underage too, which is kind of like.
If they're underage, that's a whole different conversation.
Then let's not go there.
Yeah,
okay,
I
we
don't
won't
think
Maybe
go
they're in a
really
different
need to go
country.
All right,
there.
Maybe
let's
it's
move on.
Germany.
Maybe
It's Germany.
like, yeah, exactly. Maybe it's Europe, and like you can
Maybe
drink,
they're-
have a
they
glass of
just
I
wine.
mean, we
turned
should
18.
probably keep going.
Yeah.
We'll move on. Anonymous writes, my brother went to a hospital because he is suicidal and he has anxiety. I think I'm the reason. We always fight and never get along. I'm scared for him now. I've been so cruel to him. It's been a habit. I want to change when he comes back. How can we stop fighting? Lyric.
Hermione Granger. I'm like, so okay. I first want to acknowledge you for wanting to make things better with your sibling, because this is
Yeah.
such a great step, and I definitely commend you for that. And the other thing is that even though you may have contributed, this is going to sound kind of harsh, but even though you may have contributed to how your sibling, this is siblings, right? Sibling is feeling, it is not your fault for the reason someone is. I mean, it's just, it's not. There's like something in their brain that is chemically different, and it's like, I mean, people are born with things. It's not because of you that they are suicidal and have anxiety. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on some of those points, but it's also
on
but
some of them.
I also think that like it's not chemical. You're not born wanting to be suicidal. There's things that, life happens, and some people are just like, oh, then I should kill. That wasn't my main point. But my main point is that no one only has one reason for killing themselves. That's not a thing. People don't like, oh, this person's like mean to me, I'm going to kill myself. It's always a series of things. But that doesn't mean that your guys' relationship should get better. But the question is asking, how can we stop fighting? And that's when it comes to the point. It's just like side views, just like little trees sprouting. But one of those things is like you have a newfound kind of just like place in your heart for him after what happened. And the best idea is just respect. Respect that he's gone, like he's gone through what he went through. He's in the hospital now, and be there for him. And I feel like nobody would want to kill themselves if they knew that there was someone that would severely miss them. And if you became that person where you're like, I'm always here for you, and I'm going to, like, don't ever do that again because I'm going to miss you insanely.
Well,
if that
I
happened.
would just stop you before I go to Will. I would just stop you and say, not only are you not the reason that he might want to kill himself, you can't be the reason why he wouldn't. You're
Yeah,
not. You
yeah,
don't
no,
have
no, I
that
wanted
much
to say that.
power, and you don't have that much control over other people in your life, and you never will. What
Yeah.
you can be, you can apologize, and you can make a solemn vow to make things better, which is what you're doing with
And
your
you
question.
can show acts of kindness,
Um,
but you can't. Yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just in regards to what to do, again, I agree with that. Really showing him how much you care, but maybe be very careful with that. Like, wean it out slowly because
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people when they go through something like that, they don't want to be patronized. And so yeah, that's a big thing. Really, just be careful, be nice, but don't overdo it. You know.
Right, because he's going to be sensitive. Like, oh, everyone's
Absolutely.
treating me
Well,
like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lyric-
lovey-dovey,
yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Are you
But-
gonna let me go?
Yeah, lyric. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, lyric.
Wait, what? Okay. Well, okay, yeah, because the thing is, chances are you're gonna have another fight in your life with your brother.
It's your brother.
And so you can't be like walking on eggshells all the time, being like, oh, I'm like peaches and cream, and then something ticks you off, and it's suddenly like, oh my god, like, oh, like let's say he like uses all of your shampoo or whatever.
Yeah, he can't just
And
like walk all
like,
over you at this
yeah,
point.
exactly. Like that's the thing. You don't want to be overly nice where it's like if something gets you like annoyed, you feel like I have to keep this in because I can't. Like it's like if someone has, you know, cancer or something, you're not always going to be like, "Oh, like peaches and cream, something might come up and you're just going to have to deal with that and then move on." So treat him normal but express that you feel horrible if you contributed to anything. And then can I just say one more thing about chemically, like I have anxiety and like I think I was born with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I mean I don't know if my mom or someone in my family like gave that to me. I don't think I just people are born with things.
Maybe
and,
hereditary.
like yeah, so it sounds like your brother had anxiety or depression, which was just something inside. I mean, that's like the recessive genes. People are born with red hair.
Right.
Like it's something inside that has caused him to be suicidal.
Well, we do come to Earth with hard wiring that
Yeah.
could make us predisposed
Absolutely.
to reacting to the environment and that we're placed in in a certain way. And again, before I go to Kenneth, I just want to say that when it comes to siblings, how you treat each other is you're basically just raw nerves reacting. Because your children placed in this petri dish of your family. And so how you treat each other and whether that's getting out of control, it's the adult's job to manage that. It's never the children's fault for sibling rivalry because we're kind of like put in this pen and we fight with our siblings to survive. And that's just what humans do while they're growing up. So none of this is even remotely your fault. And if it got out of control, there should have been some adults managing the way you spoke to each other. And I'm thrilled that you're learning from this experience that, oh, I look in the mirror and I see a person I don't want to become. Therefore, I will make a change. Because when you make a change in yourself, the world around you reacts to that, and that's the only effect you ever have on the world is changing yourself. And Kenneth, what did you want to say?
So what you said a while ago, how like no one's one reason to stay alive, and nobody.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
But it definitely contributes.
Yes, but I don't want to give him that much responsibility for the life of a sibling.
Oh
it's
yeah, definitely
too much.
not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you.
Yes, he
So-
can be a factor, and he can definitely be a healing. And
or she. Do
He's
we
like
know
an
if it's a boy or a girl? Who's the?
I think
Who's
I
the
know
other
I know
sibling?
this user,
Okay.
and so I think it's a
Okay.
he. And yes, we can look at our own behavior and say, oh, you know what? If anything, I want to be a part of the solution.
Exactly. Yeah, that you're
Yeah.
right. That's a better way to put it. I
Yeah.
completely made it seem like it's all in his hands
No,
to see.
you didn't. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, definitely. You're
Yeah.
right. And yeah, sorry, Josh, you have something to say.
And
And
you?
Josh.
No?
I never raised my hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought sorry. my
Josh
bad.
was like.
But yeah, so next.
Next.
Anonymous writes, my boyfriend and I have been dating for a month now. I'm in year 12 and I love him so much. We don't fight and everything seems all right. But I can't balance him and school. I feel like I'm distant to my boyfriend, but also I'm getting distracted with work. What do I do? Joshua?
Like school, I'm assuming it's schoolwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was
Well, they may have a job after school or...
12-year-old.
Oh, they're
No,
12.
you're 12. I think.
No,
that-
Yeah.
it's
I
like
think
Yeah,
it's
he works
Canada.
down in the mine.
Wait, are we sure? Are
Sorry.
we sure it's not 12th grade?
No, it is. 12th
yes, year
grade. It
12
is
means...
12th
Oh,
grade.
they...
It's like
I'm- no.
In other
Canada.
countries, they don't say 12th grade. They say year
Year
12. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this could be an 18-year-old person.
Yeah, it probably is.
Or 17.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I think
welcome,
that
I know.
at 12, however your relationship.
No, they're
not-
18.
they're
This is
18.
12th grade.
12,
Oh,
12
shoot.
year in high school, yeah.
Oh wow.
Year
well,
12.
Right in
at
Canada.
12, I mean 18.
Yeah, you're 12.
I
He's
speak
working-
British.
He's working in the mines.
I do
Little
speak
12-year-old.
British.
Exactly.
My boyfriend.
I'm in year 12 and I live in
Hello.
Australia.
I mean, it's been a month.
No. You gotta talk like this.
I mean, the main
I'm in
fact
year
here is
12.
it's been a month.
Talking.
Shush, lyric.
Sorry, Josh.
I think the main point here is it's been a month. I think in a month there isn't a lot of fighting that should or that will occur. There isn't, so everything is. It's okay that everything seems all right. And if you're feeling that you're not able to balance him, school, work, maybe you have to take a look at everything that you're doing. And if a relationship isn't fitting well into school and work, which are those priorities in your life at that time, trying to graduate and get into college, then maybe a relationship isn't what you should be. Isn't
What it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you get what
I hear you. Now, I want to say before we move on that you can give us a call at 888-531-7171, whether or not you want to date Will or weigh in.
He's
You know,
like,
by
I'll
Valentine's
take
Off
it.
guard there.
I mean, we have a deadline to
Been
consider.
God.
Valentine's Day is coming. Give us a call and weigh in. We would love to hear from you. But what I wanted to say about this question specifically is like, you know, you don't need the whole world's permission to break up with someone or to just
Yeah.
say, this isn't
Yeah.
the right time in my life for a relationship. Like, you
Or
get to,
Even just taking a break, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Josh?
Well, I think just finishing up what I was saying,
Yeah.
I think that if she feels she can't balance things, that maybe ending the relationship is what her future holds. However, she's asking, I feel distant to my boyfriend, and then what do I do? I mean, you can just send a simple hey text or hope your day is going well. You can say, if you're busy, they'll understand. If they're saying something beyond that and then you get into an argument, then that might be something to look at.
But don't you feel like she's asking for our permission to break up with him?
I don't
Yes.
necessarily think so.
You don't? Lyric, what do
No.
you think?
Okay, so a couple of things. One, I think that she's saying I can't balance him and school. She is saying I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing that's
Yeah.
gonna
She used definitive
like.
language.
She's
which is
yeah,
important.
and like it's not like she's like I'm not sure if I
love him,
should.
but blah,
Yeah,
blah.
exactly. She's saying like this is just not working for me. So I mean, you're in 12th grade. You're gonna be moving on to college. You are gonna maybe want to be like meeting new people anyway. So I mean, if you take a break while it's stressful and you're like, look, this is too hard for me. There's no way that I can handle this and I can't drop out of school. Like, I mean, this is my only option here. There's nothing wrong with you. I just can't handle this right now. Let's take a break. And then later you can pick it up. But if you're saying that you can't balance it, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just like that's your limit.
You've answered your own question.
Yeah.
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 Well,
And if he doesn't understand, which he should, but if he doesn't, then clearly you guys may not be right for each other and he may not be the best boyfriend. So I oughta, again, he's also in the same position as you, which should give him even more grounds to understand what you're
Yeah.
going through, you know?
Right, Kenneth.
This is great question, by the way, but this is gonna sound a little bit harsh, but I feel like you knew your answer when you were asking the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
You just wanted
You,
like
yeah,
approval.
you just wanted kind of reassurance, and we're here to
Absolutely.
give you that, which is yes, like definitely. It's a really tough situation to be in, but the best choice is to break
And-
up. And I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, I mean, yeah, if you figure out a way that it's going to work, do that. But right now, it sounds like you can't balance it.
Josh, yeah.
I mean, I agree with everything that's been said. I think that I'm like just reading the question over again. I think
Yeah.
there might be even further than just the boyfriend, because the last sentence is, I feel like I'm distant to my boyfriend, but I'm also getting distracted with work. And I think the most important thing to her is school. And if work and relationships are coming into play, like, you need to decide, like, if school is important to you, then possibly the job needs to go as well.
Oh. So
I mean, some people
No,
like
but
need the job.
school
to
and
support
job
school.
kind of go hand in hand.
Not
I
right?
didn't
really.
even realize she
Not
had a
if
No,
you're
job.
for
in
some
school.
people though.
Some
You're
people.
right.
She's saying I'm getting distracted
Mm.
with work.
what do I
Yeah,
do?
I'm just saying that it's like it's complaining about it, but it's not necessarily like some people like need the job to sustain their education. You know what I mean?
She's in high school.
Wait, does she actually have a
She's
You know what? But also the thing is, yeah,
You're 12.
if she wants to go to college, I mean,
Yeah,
she
she
might be
needs
needing to
money.
make money.
Well,
It's
what
an-
she's specifically asking about is the relationship, and a lot of times
Yeah,
you
we're
can
getting
look,
off
you,
Wait till
Okay.
you
second
can, you
semester
can look
senior
at
year.
a question and you can rephrase the question in a way that's what they were really meaning to ask, but didn't think that they could ask. Well, they're, as Ken has said, she's really saying, "Am I a horrible person if I break up with this guy?"
And the answer
After
is
only a month.
completely not.
And you're not, because you get to try on a relationship and you get to change your mind. That's why it's
Take it
called
off.
dating and not marriage. And even then, with the right lawyer, you can work your way out of it. Lyric.
And also, you say we don't fight, and everything seems all right. Like, I mean, it's.
That's just kind of like the way she's
Oh yeah,
starting
like,
No,
it.
but-
all right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
is
she's-
all
Okay,
right what you want?
But I mean, it's like, yeah, like, okay, yeah, I get that this is not what this question is about. But also, like, don't you want a relationship that, like, our relationship is great,
Well,
not
that-
just all right?
All right.
Yeah.
So, like, you're going to find that relationship that works with your whatever life and also is a good person for you. So,
And also the
don't worry.
timing of
Yeah,
when.
it's also the time.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, I mean,
it
like,
just might
you're
not be the
in-
right time in,
you're
in a few
You know,
years.
and
Timing,
whatever.
yeah.
And if we continue
Freshman.
reading really,
College.
really, really deeply
You
into this
are?
question.
Oh,
What?
I thought we were.
Wait, it doesn't
No.
matter. We're like,
If we
No, no, no,
continue,
no, no.
if we continue reading deeply into the question, she may just be like afraid to love someone too much in year 12 because she's gonna be leaving them.
Year 12.
Year
Year
12.
12.
Year 12.
Hello.
Mira 478 writes, "There are these two girls in my class who are starting rumors about me, and it's getting out of hand. Everyone calls me a liar. What should I do?" This is just like The Bachelor. Yes, Lyric.
I'm always like raising my hand this time.
Yay.
So this,
What?
like, this similar thing, like what? This similar, a very similar thing happened to me when I was in like 6th or 7th grade. There was like this girl, and she like was like there was a letter in her locker that was like threats or something, and then she like was kind of telling people that it was me, and like she had something funky going on.
Uh-huh.
But like everyone would come up to me and be like casually slip in like, "Hey, did you do that thing?" Or like, "Hey, are you like whatever?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. Like, why are?" And it's horrible. I
Yeah.
mean, like it's
Yeah.
kind
How
of
do you
just
prove a
feel like
negative?
your like hands are tied. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do. And like, I mean, I think the thing that you can just keep doing is like when people come up to you, like just be like, "Look, I know what's true in my heart, which is that I didn't do this. And whatever you're going to believe is what you're going to believe, but this is what I know to be true." And I can't and also here's a good thing to say. I can't believe that you would believe that, what they're saying.
No, because
no.
that's kind of defensive, or what's the word for it? That's
No,
kind of
because
on the attack.
that
Like
is
I
on the-
took
yeah.
I
Yeah.
took a
Yeah.
class thing on like how to like help with like bullies or whatever, and like how to, if someone starts a rumor about you, and you're supposed to say like that's like it's funny that like people are believing that. Like,
yeah, people, but not like I can't believe that.
Yeah.
you
No,
Like,
no, no, no,
that's
I
like-
meant
Yeah,
I
yeah,
meant
yeah.
people like
Yeah,
I
like-
it's,
That sounds
I
more
like I
personal.
can't believe that people are believing.
Yeah,
that.
like it hurts my heart that people will believe that and
Yeah,
not know
like
me
that's
better.
no, I didn't mean
Yeah.
you, but like people. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
people.
that's like then people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, like why am I believing
Yeah.
that?" Like
Yeah, Kenneth.
I cannot believe why you're believing that. Yeah, why
wow.
am I?
Right.
About the question, it's like that's something that just happens in life. I don't know. That's happened to me. It's happened to Lyric, and it may have
Yep.
happened to a lot
yeah.
of
Oh,
other
yeah.
people out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, rumors are a part of life, and the thing is that they don't stick with you for the rest of your life. They're eventually gonna go away. This is like honestly all you have to do when people come up to you or call you a liar. It's just like, I know the truth. If you want to believe that, that's fine. And then after time, that's gonna go away, which is exactly what Lyric said. But I
Thank you.
agree. And Josh, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I think agreeing with everyone, you don't have to entertain them.
Yeah.
You can say those things the first couple times, and then after that, all you have to do is really smile back at them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or just be like, "Okay, thanks." Anything else? Like,
Yeah, Will.
Also, I mean, look, you want to do whatever you can to dispel those rumors.
Mhm.
Like, it sucks to have that kind of stuff.
well, that
Um,
entertains them.
Yeah, true. But what you gotta realize is these two girls obviously have a lot of issues of their own if they're trying to
Yeah.
make your life harder. And I, for one, I mean, in college, this is something that you think would happen in middle school, right? I had a girl who I used to be really good friends with, and all of a sudden she started hating me and wouldn't talk to me. I was like, "What did I do? Please, I'm sorry. What did I do?" She's like, "You should know." I'm like, What? So it's like
Yeah,
it's like there's this lack of communication and this rumor spreading is just it reflects more upon them than it does you, and you have to realize that, and ultimately that will make you grow and make them shrink.
Very
Wow,
well
well
said,
put.
Will
Thank you,
Mears.
thank you.
Lyric Schwartz.
I think you also.
If people have
funny.
short enough last names, I'm
Lyric
gonna just start
Schwartz.
saying Lyric Schwartz.
So I think that was not like meant anyway.
No, I
Just-
like it. I like
Huh?
It was like a salute.
Well,
don't
you
know.
know, I'm your captain.
Thank
So carry on.
Hi, Captain. Whatever.
At
they-
ease.
it. Captain Blank.
So, like, okay, I think also you may be wondering, should I tell a teacher? Should I tell a principal? Like, I mean, that's like a really good question because, like, some people are like, oh, you don't want to be a tattletale. And then some people are like, oh, you do want to go tell someone. So I think, I mean, you're saying it's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
If people are starting to threaten you,
Mm-hmm.
then, I mean, like, or people are like, it gets really, really bad. I know it may, like, something happens, like a very significant event. I would say going to a teacher and tell them, if you go to a principal or teacher, whoever, say, I don't want this. I don't want you to go talk to these people. What can you do to help me?
Right. And can I
You
also
know.
say that if this is happening online,
Mm-hmm.
and which it probably is escalating to that point when
Yeah.
you're using the term getting out of hand, then I would say screen cap it and
Yes,
show it to
for
an
sure.
adult and just say, please help me solve this. Because I feel like I'm losing control of my life and my
Yeah.
my sense of who I am
Yeah.
in the
Talk.
world.
My
And
dignity.
to help me solve it, because there should be problem-solving techniques at the school where they put kids in a room together with a counselor and they talk it out. And yes, Kenneth.
I feel like that never really
That
works.
never
out.
works?
If you're gonna lock
They're
two
that
What if
kids
it's
in a
mean.
room,
middle
If they're
school
that
though?
mean.
force them to say sorry to each other.
No,
If-
not sorry, but just help us understand what's happening and how
No,
can
yeah.
we, take this down a notch.
I don't know, like the whole, like I agree, like in some situations faculty is a great way to go, but in other cases people don't really care what teachers have to say. If you're doing this, then you
They're that
obviously
mean. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, if they're that mean.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I mean, it'll make them feel a little bit more comfortable because I mean, no one like wants to be feeling like they're in this horrible situation and like it's not getting resolved. I mean, I know that like yeah, definitely going to a teacher is not always the solution, but also just keeping it quiet and like just taking it is not the solution either.
But
But
one of the
people
things
get
that I want to mention
Yeah.
that for adults listening is that sometimes this stuff can be so heinous. Like adults don't really have a concept of what kids could write online, but they
Oh,
write
yeah, it gets-
they write
Oh, yeah.
stuff that's really really bad. Like you should die or just go kill yourself or like go kill yourself like your brother did. Like
I
and
mean,
if
just
so-
sort of having
and
a
take
support
advantage like a
team.
family tragedy and just like and just just be horrific.
Yeah.
And so what were you gonna say, Lyric?
Oh, just like having kind of like a team backing you up. It doesn't necessarily mean that like they have to go talk to the kids, but having like your parents and like the principal or whoever just kind of there for you, because then if something horrible happens, you're not like hanging there like, oh, and then that's when like the depression kicks in and that's when like everything just gets like piled up. And
Right.
so having like a people on your side that are helping you through it is going to make this a lot of an easier process to get
like
through.
if you can screen cap it and show it to an adult and just say, what do I do?
Yeah.
Because sometimes kids just don't have a frame of reference yet to understand that this is so wrong that there's a lot of adults that don't want this happening to you, and we will help you through this.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next one. Crazy 1257
Crazy.
girl.
Can I read this one?
Yes.
My friend has a crush on her brother's friend.
This
I'm
is
pretty sure
Brady.
he has a crush on her
It's
too.
Brady.
Me and my other friend are trying to get them to be together at the Valentine's Day dance, and we aren't sure how we could do it. Does anyone have any
Oh,
ideas
Lord,
on how
oh,
we could
Lord,
get
oh,
them
Lord.
together?
Oh Lord,
Lord.
matchmaker.
There's so much
matchmaker.
he through she who like
Yes,
so much
yes.
of that.
Make it
Lord.
happen, Lyric,
Like,
please.
please don't try to get people together.
Oh, come on.
Like that's like the worst thing you could do.
Are
There's
you
so much
kidding?
of this linking stuff.
It's a
It's like
complete
my friend's
profession
sister's
called
friend's brother.
matchmaker.
Yes, I know. They have that also for like in a Fiddler on the Roof.
Of
There was like a
course.
What?
matchmaker. It's a Jewish thing. But like
yeah, you're right.
It's not just a Jewish
Only
thing.
Jewish people are
No,
allowed
but
to
Are you
use
kidding?
that.
I'm just saying.
There's arranged
like,
marriages in many, many religions.
Hey, do you want to send me
No,
over the
but-
date?
but
Are
I'm
you
just
Jewish?
saying, like,
No.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, man.
No.
You're out of
Done
luck.
deal. Done deal.
Are you Jewish?
Half.
Okay, awesome.
What? What?
Bye.
Gentiles.
Josh.
No, I mean I
Get
agree.
out of here, scum.
I completely,
No.
I
Josh
completely,
like shh.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Josh.
I completely agree with Lyric. I think that, and I get your point about the art, like
I'm teasing.
matchmaking
I'm really
things.
teasing.
However, those people that are voluntarily going into that service, asking to be matched. These two people are being matched on someone else's time without their knowledge.
All right. Well,
So-
wait, Josh. What if what she's saying is true? They do actually like each other. They just need a little shove. Can you have kind of like, can you have like a mixer where they're
well,
both kind of
I
invited?
think I think in this
Wait, I really need to say
The-
lyric. Okay.
Punch.
Okay, the thing is
It's not that kind of punch.
Just a little like.
okay, the thing is, okay. So if you don't know for sure if he has a crush on her, you don't. So, okay, so what you could do is you could ask him, do you like her? And that's like the most you can
Check
do.
yes or
And
no.
Record
then, and then if he's like, yeah, then you can be like, then all you say is just go for it. You don't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you say.
Green light.
I
Go.
did that. I had a
Green
friend.
light.
I had like two friends who liked each other.
Right.
And then I was just like, hey, do you like her? And then he was like, yeah. And I was like, go for it. I wasn't like, you should.
What
Hey.
you do is
Go
you go
get
to
it.
Target, you
So
get one of
what-
those
yeah,
spy
exactly.
watches, you videotape them saying
So
yes.
like, I'm gonna help you.
Got him.
So no, you just
Got
like,
him.
that's all you got him.
I okay.
That's
I
what you do. You're welcome.
I agree with Lyric. However, in this situation, there are 4 people.
Uh-huh.
There are 2 friends talking about one of their mutual friends,
Mhm.
and then also a guy.
So
Right.
confusing.
They need, first of all, if they're going to talk to anybody, just talk to the friend, see if they for sure like it, and just tell her, go for it, like Lyric
Yeah.
said.
Yes.
Like,
And then get
don't-
out of the way.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, don't sit over here and be like, oh, I think this
Like-
friend likes this guy, so, like, let's try to get them together without actually talking to her. Like, if she's your friend, talk to your friend, and then you can't control the guy. You don't know anything
Right.
about the guy. You're not friends
Right.
with him, probably. So just go, like, to your friend and have your
Kenneth
friend.
Rangel.
Kenneth has an idea.
Um,
I was like,
I felt it. Don't worry. I knew. But
don't worry.
this is a very straightforward answer. That never works out. The I'm gonna match this person with this person. It honestly, like 9 out of 10 times, it ends in a disaster.
Yes.
And it's not a good thing.
Parts are all over.
Hearts
the
are
place.
all over the place.
Let it happen.
And
naturally.
so,
Fragmented shards
honestly,
of heart.
if they are like meant to be together and like
just
you know,
gonna happen.
it's gonna happen
Yeah.
the way it is.
Let it
so
happen naturally.
yes, lyric.
Oh, thank you. Saying a lot tonight. Well, is that unusual? No.
No.
So Josh was like, no. Stop. So, like, I mean, also the other thing is that so we're not going to give you ideas on how to put them together because that's not like your job and that's not our job. And so, like, the most you can do is just to be like, I'm not even talking into the mic. The most you can do is just to be like, look, like, just kind of let it happen. And, like, if you want to casually suggest, but you can't do any more. And, I mean, maybe he doesn't even like her. And, like, usually when this is, like, really all over the place. I'm sorry. But, like, sometimes when a girl likes a guy, the friends are always like, oh, my God, he totally likes you. But, like, that might not even be the case. And so if you push them together, like, he might not like her. And, like, what if that happens? And then she's like, and then he's like, well, I don't like you. So, like, how awful would that be?
Yeah, that'd
Wait,
be really.
Can-
one last thing. That's also really annoying.
Yeah.
The whole like
Yes.
friends thing. It
Let me
makes
set you up.
It makes you like the
Yes.
girl a lot less because then you're like, if they cared, they would have just done it themselves. The whole like
Yes.
friend coming to you like, did you like? It's just stop.
Yes.
It honestly just makes it the situation worse.
Yeah.
So, do you guys don't think it's helpful if someone goes, "Oh,
Nope.
run over there and see if there's a green light." Okay, run over there and see if there's a green light. Green light, green light. Okay, you guys. So that's not helpful at all.
No,
Well-
that's so annoying.
Well, I
Yes
think
and no.
maybe
All right.
you
When
can
you put
do
it that way.
Yeah.
but this is not what they're asking. They're asking you how, like, is there a way we can set this up?
Mhm.
They're not
I
asking
think they
if they're
should
going to
get
talk
them
to
in an
each
elevator
people.
together
Not-
and then hit the stop button and then.
Yeah, and they're
Urgency.
frozen
Cut
up
the
there.
power to the elevator.
Not only did we not answer their question, we scorned them. We were like,
Yeah, no,
we're not
I
answering
mean,
your
I'm
question.
sure what you wanted us to say was to be like, yeah, so here's some things you can do. So you can like lock them in an elevator together, and then like
You
plan.
locked the elevator.
Plan so. You know what, Kenneth?
Do you just
Invite them
Walk-
to a group bowling event. All leave.
Yeah,
leave them
exactly,
alone.
I'm
Exactly.
telling you,
or
if you
like,
want a real
or like go
idea-
to the movies and then like say, why don't you guys just go sit up
Oh.
They're
there?
like, "Yeah, we're
And
all
then,
going to
like-
the movies," and then the rest of you are like, "Look at the time, we have to go."
Yeah, like okay, just let it happen because honestly, your girlfriend, not your girlfriend, like your friend, is gonna be like, kind of annoyed. Maybe if like she sees that you're meddling all up in her business, it's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna become too
I'm
much.
back to the Josh thing. It's like just too
Back
much
to the-
meddling is like not cool,
It's
but
too much metal is
but
never
there's
many
good.
people
there's certain
involved,
amount
too.
of wingmanning that is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's
gauging the
like
delicate
yeah,
situation.
saying like, hey, do you like go for
Well,
it?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
go
See
for
what's
it is
going
good.
on.
Like-
Gauge the situation. If you think, there's an ability to go, then say, yeah, look, I think this could happen. Go for it. You know, gauge the situation. Don't be like, hey, you should totally date my friend. Like, no, that's
Right, you have to be
that's,
more subtle than that.
Yeah.
Be like,
End of the
hey,
line,
remember
stay
Lisa?
out.
Wrap it up. I want to give a hearty thank you to all of the listeners, to the panel, Will Mears, Larry Shorts, Kenneth Rangel, Joshua Elizondo, and of course
Josh
our
is like-
crew, Matt Sigmund and Josh and Justin
Yeah.
Levens and Andrew and everybody that takes part. And if you love the show the way we love doing it, please subscribe to our channel and we will give you big hearts.
Our channel.
Oh, now
our,
you-
our
now-
channel.
now you
our
do
point.
something.
Our channel.
Our
Oh, yeah.
YouTube channel that you're currently watching this on, hopefully. Or if you're on iTunes, go ahead and give us a good review and subscribe, and that will be very, very helpful. And if I didn't
Yes.
remember to thank you, because I don't know your last name, Andrew. Andrew.
Andrew Johnson,
Andrew.
Calling all Andrew.
Andrew Frederickson.
What's his last name?
Bye.
Andrew Kolb. Goodbye, everybody.
The goodbye was by the.
I didn't say Aaron
This
Fox.
song is terrifying. This song is terrifying. Yeah, the second the music is like, no.
Bye.
I was thinking I should.
I was there. I was here when you did that.